Hey, DeAndre here. This is my first attempt at doing plastic welding on a bumper. So let me get you in a little closer. You can see all the damage. I going to be honest, I tried a little thing last night. Here it is. We're gonna get all that smoothed in and welded. If you go around here, you can see more of the damage. We're going to be welding up here definitely. You can see that. We have some more superficial damage right here again. You can see the holes. Alright, so let me get the bumper flipped over and start it. Alright, so come from this side again. You can get a view on the bumper again. You can see all the damage again. Already started a patch job on the inside. Close up some of the bigger spaces. Here was broken off completely. Already started a little patch job. But we have two different type of welding methods today I'm going to show you. Hold on, just take a look here. This is all of the welding we're going to do right now to get this bumper back in order. So I'm going to show you some of the tools we're going to be using. Alright, so here we are. We're going to be using two different methods of welding today. We're going to be using two different methods of welding. We're going to be using the solder iron method, where we put the mesh in the plastic. I want to show you the two different methods today. This is a different method of welding. We're going to be using the welding gun, plastic welding gun, with different tacks. Let me show you a few of the tacks that we're working with here. I don't know if you can see them properly. So basically what happens is it fits here in the gun and then you press it in on the bumper. So we're going to show you the process of using it on the bumper. Alright, so first and foremost, we have to get our solder iron hot. So let's get it started. So we're going to come over here now, where we already started. You have to wait a bit to get the solder iron up to temperature. Let me see what's happening here. Still not where we want it yet. You gotta give it a little time to get up to temperature. Depends on the current that you're working with. You're going to notice at first, you're going to smell the solder iron metal getting hot. And please do keep in mind, this is my first attempt at soldering, or plastic welding, so please do not bash me. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what we're working with here. Alright, we're hot now. I don't know if you can see the smoke coming off the tip. That's what you want to see. So this is what we're going to be doing now. First, we're going to get the area prepped. So this is basically just sealing the crack to start off with. Alright, so next step, we're going to measure up. So what we do is, we get the mesh, we go along here. So you cut the mesh according to what you need. I like to go a little wider than the crack, just to ensure that you get some good plastic on it. So you bond everything. So let me show you what's happening here. Gotta put a little weight in it. So what we're basically doing, you're welding the little pieces of metal mesh in the plastic, so that helps to reinforce the area. Your weld might not be perfect at first. As I said, I tried it last night, so have a little idea how to work it. It's basically trial and error. That's the beautiful thing about doing it yourself. You take your time, you get more experience, so anytime it happens again, you have knowledge of how to do it. This is the weld I did last night. Didn't see properly, so I'm just going back over it. There we go. Simple as that. I'm going to show you what you want when you're finished. So this is what you want to be seeing when you're finished. You basically want to see the mesh fully baked into the surface of the plastic. That's it. I'm going to get the area smoothed out, rub down. And at the end of the day, this is the inside of the bumper. This isn't where you're seeing on the road. So if you want, you can even leave it like this, but I'm going to get it smoothed out. I'm going to get some sandpaper and clean it all up. So what's going to happen is there are different areas. So you have to use different methods. So over here, we can't solder it like that, right? Because of the crease and all that. So I'm going to show you a different method here. So come down here. This is where we're going to use the solder gun now. So this is the loading process. Let me show you what's happening here. You basically go like this. Bam, it's loaded. So now that it's loaded, let me show you what's happening on the gun. Let me show you what's happening with the gun. So it basically lights up whenever you press it. It's a little light. Don't know if you can see the smoke coming off. It basically happens immediately as you press the light. So this here, thank God for Amazon. This is an Amazon welding gun, plastic welding gun. The other one that I was using earlier is a T-Move solder, plastic solder iron. So due to how the crack is here, this is how you're going to set it. You're going to set it a long way across the crack. Get it in, turn it off for a second, it's set. Then you just ease up. That's it. That's a different method of plastic welding. Yeah, close up there. Alright, so let me show you something again. It's as simple as that. Bam. You're ready. Gonna come down here. Give it a little space. Bam. You're in. So for down here now, I'm going to try the mesh method to show you how to set it on the corner. So what you do is you get your mesh. After getting your mesh, you see what you're working with, you cut your mesh again. So this area is a bit smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a long cut of the mesh. Bam. So you're working with something like this. Come here. Still a bit too long, right? Cut it again. That's the lovely thing about it. So bam, cut again. Let's see if we fit in there. Lovely, we fit. See the mesh? Alright. So we're going to go back to the first method to plug that little gap there. So going back for the first solder, going back for the solder gun now. Switch it on. Make sure that's hot. Always give it a little time to get hot. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just run back over the little gaps here after using the solder gun, the welding gun, I mean, my bad. So I'm just going back over, closing up the gap, melting some plastic to close up the gap. That's it, sir. That's all I'm doing, just closing up the little gap, so there's not going to be any light passing through the plastic anymore. Alright, so down here where we had set the mesh already, you're basically just gonna come like this. At the end of the day, as I said, all we're doing is baking the mesh into the plastic. Alright, so what we're doing is we're basically just baking in the mesh. That's all, baking into it. Just trying to get all that mesh in the plastic. Don't rush it, just take your time. It's not really a process where you have to rush. So this is a little corner piece. I'll try to give you a little view. This is me just tacking it so I can do my welding. Using a different metal here. Alright, so this is me attempting to catch a corner after doing a one tack. Get my solder iron. I don't know if you can see my mesh up in there. So a little mesh. Alright, lovely. So this is me attempting to solder a corner piece now. Alright, so this is the almost complete product. As you can see, I welded it straight across because it turned out the entire area down here was broken. This is the corner that I was showing you. I'm going to clean it up, take out the tap. This is the little lip, the edge of the bumper there. No more movement. The entire bumper is moving now. See that? Everything closed up. Remember this little piece here? Look at that. The entire bumper is moving now. See that? Solid as a rock. Alright, so this is the complete bumper. Just have to finish installing it, then we prime it up, rub it down. That's it. So I would call my first plastic welding attempt a success.